you once talked about I think the extent to which heaven already lies within us, and how so many religious traditions fear that. That really spoke to me. I thought that was really interesting. In mythology class, the elective I teach, we talk about the Grail quest and how the Grail descended down in the middle of the round table, and all of the knights were going to go on this quest in search of the Grail, which is authenticity and truth and self-discovery. And I was reminded that the angels that sent that Grail down were the neutral angels. They weren't the angels of light or dark or good or evil. And there was something about the middle and the middle way, or the middle way as it pertains to Buddhism. It just was really resonating with me. And so I did it with my class because, we're doing comparative mythology, and I had to do that song with them. And so they really enjoyed it. So if you could do it, wow.
You just went a hell of a lot deeper than I ever did with the song.
Well, I don't know the origins of that song, but I'd love to hear about it.
Yeah. When I was a teacher for a little while, and my very first job as a teacher was up in Alaska, this little village school up there, way out in the middle of nowhere, and there were two other teachers in this town, and that one of them had like a car somehow, and this village had no roads to it, and we would just ride in her car up and down the one road just to kind of do something, and one day she got in this big, not like an argument, but like a intense discussion with a guy who was in the passenger seat of the car, and I was in the back, and they were talking about God, and she was very religious and he was very not religious, and it was just such a wild moment. It was like everything was out of my wheelhouse up there, and then I was just listening to this conversation, and then I started right in the middle while I was up there. I take my chances on the frozen lakes. I don't go to church on Sundays. I traded my water for whiskey, but I know my God and He knows me. And don't go running your mouth at me about the light and the dark and nothing in between. I see a right and a wrong and a line in the middle. Don't forget about the middle. Don't forget about the middle. Don't forget about the middle. I fell in love in a bar downtown. She was a one-night stand that stuck around, and I'm the only man she ever dances for now. We're both missing some pieces, we make it work somehow. And don't go pointing your finger at me. You don't know where I've been or what I've seen, and closing your eyes is not the answer to the riddle. Oh, I found it in the middle. I found it in the middle. Oh, I found it in the middle. Yeah. Yeah, don't go pointing your finger at me. You don't know where I've been or what I've seen, Closing your eyes is not the answer to the riddle. I found it in the middle. Yeah, I found it in the middle. Don't forget about the middle. I think you'll like it in the middle. Why don't you try it in the middle?
Oh, that's so beautiful. So welcome to the debut session of the Collective Sessions, everybody. Glad to
Thank you for
here.
having us.
Yeah, so glad to have you. This kicks off our special artist series, so we're going to be bringing in special guests, both local and non-local. Quick thank you to John Murphy and the folks at Chef. Chef is the South Huntington Education Foundation here at in the district. Without them, this studio wouldn't even be here.
Cool, thanks,
so
Chef.
They've just been wind beneath our wings. So, I read somewhere that you said that you use music as a means of dealing with your own anxiety about the peace of the world. Mm-hmm. And we have so many kids that come into these studios to practice and play. Many of whom are definitely anxious and open about it, and they talk about how music is medicinal and healing for them. I just thought maybe if you want to talk a little bit about how music has, if it has served that same purpose for you, and if so, how so?
Yeah, absolutely it has. I mean, I was playing music for years in private, just using it as a tool, like in that way, you know. I think it's a good place to start in music, like just realizing what it can do for you in that way before you're ever thinking about singing a song for somebody else or something. You know, it's a good way. This is Anna Tivel.
Hi.
Welcome, Anna.
Thank you.
You got thoughts on that?
Same here. I feel like music has helped me kind of climb into the world more than anything else I've found to kind of express what it feels like to be here and try to kind of reach toward other people with that feeling. So this is what it feels like to me, and someone else will be like, yeah, that's how I feel about it. And I don't think I knew how to do that before kind of having this way to reach out.
Oh, it's so lovely. You guys want to do another one?
You want to do one?
Sure.
What are you going to do?
You sing Velvet Curtain with me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here's a song I wrote for a janitor in an old theater with a beautiful pop voice. He was singing in an empty theater. He made me feel better. I swept up the garbage, the cups and the wrappers. The theater was empty, the crowd had gone home. A circle of dust in the light from the rafters. The wooden broom handle a microphone. And I sang to the dark rose, all velvet and empty. The curtain majestic and folds to the floor. I sang so the angels would never forget me. The rush of their robes as they rose up for more. And the night circled in like a dog in the alley, all matted and skinny and face full of hurt. And the theater's still ringing with lost dreams of glory, the echoing voices of some brighter world. And I sang to the mezzanine, the gold-plated ceiling, the orchestra spinning the bright chandelier. I sang so the angels would feel what I'm feeling, an empty so deep I'm afraid I'm not dust settled round me, a silence so heavy it cut to the bone. And deep in the shadows, the rustle of clapping, I rushed to the back row, still holding the broom. And a man who had crept in all haggard and dirty, a bag of belongings and tears in his eyes. I'll never forget this, he said as he left me. I needed to hear someone singing tonight. I swept up the garbage, the cups and the wrappers. The theater was empty, the crowd had gone home. A circle of dust in the light from the rafters, a wooden broom handle, a microphone.
Beautiful. I think I read somewhere that you guys said you both need quote unquote mounds of personal space and time to yourselves, and yet you're living together, doing this thing, living this dream together as musicians. I was just wondering what that's like. Is it a paradox? Is it how do you do that?
I think we just feel it out. We've been feeling it out. Like we met and we played music together before we were together in any other way, and I don't know. It feels like it's just been like a long conversation of how to do that, and we both do love. We just really love being alone when we're creating things, and so I think we're both pretty good at giving each other space and recognizing that. But also we're just so busy on tour, both of us separately. Like this is a pretty sweet tour to share with each other, but we haven't done this in a little while, and a lot of times we're out separately, and so that, you know, maybe one person is home alone and kind of digs into the writing in that space, and then we take turns doing that, you know. But it's worked out
Until this last year, we
yeah.
lived a long time in a garage together, like a little studio apartment we built out of this tiny garage. And I think touring was so integral in that time to have, you know, you're kind of like eating where you sleep, where you pee, where you... when we were both in there, it has felt really beautiful and important to kind of go out into the world and come back and somebody's home to write. And
the pandemic was a real test for the garage living. I think like as soon as the pandemic hit, I built a little shack behind the garage. Just so we could have this like spillover spot, because neither of us could be out on tour, and yeah, it worked out though. It's good.
Yeah.
Is that the same shack that you performed and recorded Golden Thread that you sent to us during COVID for the virtual?
Yeah.
I could see the plywood in the back.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Same shack. Yeah. And I recorded an album in there. This last album in there. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I have to thank you once again for doing that. I mean, that concert allowed us to raise $20,000
so cool.
for the local food pantries here. That was in large part, Mr. Pipolo. He's Pip. He's this is Pip here. Yeah. So yeah, he runs the Mercy Benefit concerts, and when we did that virtual concert, he put that together through his literary magazine Xanadu, and we just had no idea that you were going to be so gracious and so kind, and you didn't even budge, and we're really fortunate and thankful for that. So that was cool, so cool.
It'd be sweet to time a song with a bad word in it for the bell.
Well, yeah, you did say that at like the age of 16 or 17, I think I read somewhere that you taught yourself just enough guitar to write to.
Yeah, and that's pretty much where it stayed.
And there it stayed, and there it remained. I thought that was so interesting. And I feel as though all the young singer and songwriters in our program might glean some insight from that if you'd be willing to talk about that.
I think I go back and forth between liking that it went that way for me and then also wishing that I had like learned more guitar. But it really feels like those routes kind of get chosen for you or something, or like I just loved writing. I loved the words. And I had friends that were playing guitar, and they loved the guitar. Like, they were obsessed with practicing scales and, wanting to improve there. And I just wanted to, like, figure out how to attach stories and words to the guitar. And so once I had, like, these basic structures, it was, like, done with that. And there's a lot to, there's a lot of exploring you can do within 3 chords. Still, there's a lot of and I like now diving into that and finding out like all the infinite phrasing and whatever you can do with these very simple building blocks, basically. But I've just never had the itch to like run scales or learn. But I do. I mean, I'm so jealous of friends that can do things on the guitar that I'll never be able to do. You just can't have it all, I guess.
Yeah, from a songwriting perspective, I guess sometimes, less is more, too, so.
Yeah, sometimes. That's what we tell people when it's all you have, though. So this is the debut of this thing, this series?
It is. We just finished building this thing out, so labor of love.
Man,
and
such an honor.
Give the kids, like, an opportunity to expand because the membership was growing, and we got kids in the practice rooms, kids in the studio all the time, and they're writing, and they're trying to find their voice and do their thing. And so we figured, man, we wanted to create more space for them. And so
wild to think. I was just thinking, like, if this existed when I was in high school,
I know.
it would have been amazing. It was like, I didn't know about any of this stuff until years later.
So they're learning how to record and also, like...
Yeah, we have kids that are working on the audio engineering portion of things. Yeah. We have kids that are more focused on the songwriting portion of things. We have kids that come in that are just vocalists, cool. And they're looking to collaborate. Some kids are just bass players. Some kids are a combination. So we get all walks of life. Some kids just love music, and they're in the graphic art, and they want to come in and just be a part of something that feels larger than themselves and be able to contribute to the artistic side of things. So it was really originally a space for kids that didn't really have a venue for themselves, kids that weren't in orchestra or band or choir, but they would go home and they would play guitar or play piano, and they didn't want to be a part of the organized schemata. Yeah. So we just wanted to give those kids a home, because I was one of those kids growing up, and it's just grown from that point on.
Yeah. You do that Edge of Lost song? This is a new song. A friend of ours back in Portland made a documentary about homelessness last year. He asked for a song for it. So I wrote this kind of speaking to that project, but it's interesting since it's been out just as a single in the world. Gotten messages from all sorts of folks who maybe don't know that it's attached to that film, and speaks into their aloneness. It's called Edge of Lost. I wanna fall asleep dreaming about easier things. Hear the rain on the roof instead of on me. I'm a ghost out here living unseen. And I was at the cliff, but I didn't know until I fell off. I was just like you, and now I'm not. Working hard, and then it all went wrong. Do you know how it feels to be so far down? Do you know how it feels to be all alone? Do you know how it feels out here living on the edge of lost? I wanna be okay. I'm tired of everything coming unwound. I walked all day to make inches on a mile. There's a mountain where there used to be a pile. I got a good heart, and it's bigger now that it's been over the edge. And it's breaking for the ones the world forgets. And it's praying now for second chances. Do you know how it feels to be so far down? Do you know how it feels to be all alone? Do you know how it feels out here living on the edge of lost? Lost.
Gorgeous. Thank you so much. You once said that you write music as a way of getting out of your own way. I thought that was really an interesting, thought-provoking idea. What did you mean by that? I'm just curious.
I mean, it feels kind of bad to me to. I do it sometimes when I'm writing. Like I'll realize that the song I'm working on is really like self-indulgent. It's just like me having like a pity party about whatever, and there's no like reaching for anything outside of myself, or there's no kind of trying to find empathy or something in a another person or another story or something. And so I usually try and put those songs to bed when they happen like that. But I think that's what I meant. Like the writing that comes from a good place is like writing that takes me away from my own tiny little world. And sometimes when I'm stuck, reading is another tool that pulls me out of there. It's like to go read someone else's experience and then try and attach yourself to it is such a beautiful thing to do. But to go and just wallow in your own garbage is such a pointless thing to do to me. And so. Yeah, all the songs I love too, other people's songs, seem to come from that same place. Like they touched on something outside of themselves, and that has some like universal bent to it that we can all touch on in our own way. You know.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, that selfless idea of just again being a part of something that's outside of your own sort of nucleus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's lovely. It's lovely. You also once said that in your songwriting, you give more of yourself, and in doing that, you find more solace. Is that sort of the same point you were just making?
Yeah, maybe so. I don't know. Do you feel that way?
Or what does it mean to give more of yourself in your songwriting?
I think maybe I meant like in a very honest way to give more of yourself. When I listen to older songs of mine, it's really hard for me. Some of them I still sing, but some of them are like I can hear all sorts of like hiding that I was doing, like hiding behind these like tropes in folk music and in and then. Like I feel so different than singing a song that's like I can sing it every night on tour, and at the end of the tour it feels just as honest as at the beginning of the tour, And
that's cool.
So good.
And that's where that I think solace comes from. It's like you can feel that in a room too. People are like terrifyingly adept at identifying what's honest and what's not.
We feel the same way as teachers.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
They just know when you're full of
Yeah.
Which is often.
Yeah.
It's terrifying, I think, just being on the stage,
Can I make a comment?
Yeah, sure, please.
So hey guys, nice to see you again. Last time I think was Scratcher. I think we were all in
Oh,
Scratcher.
yeah.
It's good to see you. Pip, so just a quick thing about building off that idea in your words, Schmurds, little
Yeah,
piece you wrote,
yeah.
that narrative you wrote on your website.
Yeah.
You said you missed the classroom. Well, you've been in the classroom since February. I use it often.
Oh, it's so
You talk
cool.
about the limitations of communication and how often your words, that we rely too often on words as the be-all, end-all of communication.
Yeah.
And then we get this false sense of confidence of understanding each other with just words.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
really wonderful coming from a songwriters, and it's beautiful for them to hear that. That they're the flautists and the sewer and the painter and the dancer. They're all
Totally.
their own ways of communicating the best way they can. So this is invaluable what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
And your words are in the classroom. So you're in the classroom.
That's so cool. That's
So
really
it's
really
make a
cool.
point.
It is that's like a very strange thing that both of us are always like unpacking, is that we rely on words so much, or both of our music is so like lyric focused, but at the same time, like I have hundreds and hundreds of voice memo song starts. For some of them become songs, some of them don't, but they all start as gibberish, just like noises. But in some mysterious way, the noises carry meaning, and the words that I eventually find have some direct line to those noises. I don't know how that works, but someday I would love to be courageous enough to put out like the gibberish version of a record. Because there's some songs that are like very close to what got recorded with actual words, but just in gibberish form, and it still seems to like have some meaning. I don't know how that works, but.
Do you find yourself beginning with the lyrics and talking them into the voice memo, or do you find yourself singing a melody of some sort and then adding the
latter,
music later, or does it sometimes happen the other way around? And I guess that question would be for both of you guys.
I mean, we write differently in that way. I think I write with a guitar or a piano, and I just am. I mean, I would never play a voice memo for anybody like this, but it's just really like nonsense. It's just like the feel of how a shape of a sound in my mouth, like that feeling, and then I try and find, like, maybe one word becomes an anchor for an idea, and it builds in both directions, forward and backwards, to make a song. And I think, I mean, Anna writes very much, like, you write a lot of poetry and stuff anyways. And
Yeah, I think I go a little more, it's maybe similar, but the feel is the actual words. I really love the taste. I get like a phrase, a lyrical phrase or something will come into my head, and that it has a taste to it, or a color. Maybe this sounds really woo-woo, but there's like a ball of something that exists around it, and then you just want to cull through every word and idea and story that you can draw toward yourself that has that same taste, until you can make a whole kernel of a thing that contains it, and you 99% of the time you lose the thread and it goes awry, and but it's this kind of like scratching, scrabbling hunt that's so delicious for like what you mean, but you don't know in words what you mean. You have to try every word you've ever learned to find what you mean, and you know it when you do, and mostly you don't find it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's lovely and persevering. Wow.
Neurotic, some might call it.
Yeah. That's fabulous.
Yeah, guys, have you guys ever had an experience where one of you might have a song or like a lyric idea in your head, but you can't finish it, and so the other one, in a way, figures it out for you?
We're really such separate writing beings, but we do, I feel like occasionally we'll kind of give 2 cents really carefully. We're really super careful, I feel like, about when we comment on each other's work in progress. And but yeah, or Jeffrey often will tell me things like, I'm writing some sort of song that's a story, and there's some kind of like technical information in it that's like, the way a screw fits into a piece of wood or something. He'd be like, "Oh, that wouldn't happen." You do that. You do that for me often.
We do that. And, or there's like, I know there's times when you've said like it should be this word, like this word feels better here than that word, or like I have a problem I hate editing. I hate it so much, but it's such a good thing to do, and like Anna loves editing. And she's so good at it, and so a lot of time I'll have like a line that has like 4 too many words. It just doesn't need all these words, and then she'll just say like it's too many words, and she's right. Stuff like that. Yeah.
Somebody's got to trim the fat, right?
Yeah.
It's got to happen. You guys want to do another one? Feeling up?
Do another one?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. You want to sing on this one with me? I'll try this song.
What is it?
In the spirit of being a young person in high school and figuring out what it all means. Disposable camera.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try it.
Okay. Before you come into the world, you should know there are things that will hurt and things that won't. Like scraping your knees on the asphalt and the freedom right before you fell, and nobody tells it like it is. They say, isn't it lovely, and buck up kid, but you learn how to breathe just by doing it, how to dream until you believe yourself taking a picture to pass the time, a disposable camera and soul rise. You'll be leaning your head in the half light. What a feeling to be alive. An impossible question the heart will ask. You'll stumble around till the walls collapse, a bird hitting hard on the mirrored glass, looking for something in someone else, and nobody tells it like it is. They say follow the good road and chin up kid, but you learn how to scream when the train comes in. You feel a weight like you've never felt, taking a picture to capture it, a parade and the emptiness after it. You'll be ultramarine and violet. What a feeling to be alive. And nobody tells it like it is. They say don't rock the boat and shut up kid, but that big black train is rolling, that deep down scream is growing. A hurricane come howling, a shot heard from the mountain, a blessing and a burden. I swear this will be worth it. say don't blow around on a different wind, but you're gone and you're not even listening. They were wrong and the wind is a living thing, and you're taking a picture you won't forget. Something real in the way you remember it. You'll be everything, you'll be riotous. What a feeling to be alive. Ooh. Before you come into the world, you should know there are things that will hurt and things that won't, like scraping your knees on the asphalt and the freedom right before you fell, and nobody tells it like it is. They say, isn't it lovely, and buck up, kid, but you learn how to breathe just by doing it, how to dream until you believe yourself.
God, that moment when you went into that like angsty sort of adolescent scream for release.
It's been building up since I was
Yeah.
13 years old.
What was it like, freedom before you fell?
Yeah.
That's such a good,
Yeah, thanks.
that feeling.
Yeah, that song definitely so awesome, so beautiful. As you were singing that, I'm just thinking of like, you know, all the kids in this building, you know, trying to find their voice and find their way, and having to go through that process that we were talking about in the song, and they're trying to overcome their hormones and their egos, and like we all still are, you know.
Yeah,
it was
it
just
doesn't go away.
it was so very human, and then I was just thinking about all of the people in this room, the collective efforts of so many people to make this space sacred. And how like it almost brings tears to my eyes that you guys are here to celebrate like the opening of this new door and this new chapter for all these kids in this school. Like that is so. Yeah, it almost brings tears to my eyes. I mean, and this guy here, you know, Pip. I mean, I can't even. He runs a literary magazine and he does all these fundraisers, and it's like a lion's share of all of that money filters down to the recording studio, and he does it with this sort of quiet, humble servitude that no one ever even knows about. And then Hoffman just, you know, doing all of the tech and running the studio, and my partner in crime, and just, it's just, I'm feeling super connected. So I really appreciate you guys coming out.
It's really cool to be here.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, man.
thank you so much.
It's
There's something in music that we both battle all the time. Like we love doing this for a living, both of us. But there's a weird like baked into the whole world of it is this like ego component of it. You know, you're like.
You just have to
it's like-
convince people a lot to come.
Yeah, like
hang
you
out
have
with
to
what you're
promote
up
your
to.
shows, and you have to put your face on things, and you have to, you know, and like everyone has to find their own way through that. Like how much you want to play the game, essentially, and both of us like hate that game so much. But there's something I think about a lot with teaching. It was. The thing I loved, like I was playing music while I was teaching, and sometimes I would like go play shows on a weekend, or like I remember one time I flew to LA to play one show on a weekend and then flew back, and I was like grading essays on the plane. But I was feeling really cool on the plane. I was feeling like hell yeah, I flew to LA to play a show, you know, and then I showed up to school on Monday and just got like destroyed by my students who couldn't give a shit that I went to LA to play my folk tunes. And it was the best like ego check. I don't know, it just feels really good to be a part of something like this in the middle of a tour. It's just like so full of heart, and it's good to meet y'all. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we're super blessed to have you. So blessed to have you. We didn't talk a whole lot about Anna's background, and how did you come?
We don't want to go there.
How did you come into music? You know, Jeffrey says that you love to read and you love poetry, and you have this love, propensity for words. But maybe talk a little bit about your musical journey and how you came to become a singer and songwriter as well?
I grew up playing fiddle. My grandpa played, so since I was a little kid, and that kind of introduced me to music. But I think I've just been thinking this whole time, like I went to a really small rural high school in Washington State, and like this kind of thing just didn't exist, and there was nowhere to go with there were no kind of adults or programs where the narrative was like, oh yeah, you're just like trying to figure out what life is the whole life long. It sort of felt like you'll become an adult and then you'll know. And we know.
More institutionalized.
Yeah,
sort of
it felt very like if you feel lost, that's your problem. And no one else does, kind of. And I remember not having anywhere to put all that kind of quiet, squirrely internal feeling. And so I really love being in spaces like this and around. There's also students and high schoolers and kids are so free. Like their thoughts are so free and so much more creative. Like we shut things down so much as adults. But anyway, yeah, I think I didn't till I was 24 or something, didn't write songs. And sort of learned a few guitar chords as well, and then just had a lot stored up in there that was coming out in all sorts of unhealthy ways before I kind of found writing, and it means a lot to me in that way that it kind of is this way to. It's like a companion to living, I think, a lot. And I feel grateful for it for that.
That's interesting. How do you mean, companion to living?
It's like as you grow and learn and struggle and fall and get back up, it's this way to kind of process and describe, because like all these creative outlets, you don't have to say it factually. You can kind of use all the colors and all the sensory. And sometimes that's so much more truthful than if you said, I had a really bad day, I fell down the stairs and broke up with my boyfriend. That's one thing, but if you use all of the ways that it lives inside of you and kind of like create something that describes it, sometimes that thing is so much more honest and it helps you understand it so much more. And
Did that happen to you?
fall down the stairs and break up with my boyfriend and then write a song about it.
Bad days.
I'll let you know.
Do you guys still, after having been doing this for so long, do you still feel as though music is like a cathartic release, a healing agent, that it's like a maintenance plan? You still have to.
Well, yeah,
It's
for sure.
It's part of the.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. 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 Sometimes people at like a show, it's like said in a well-intentioned way, I think, but sometimes people will like say like why don't you write a happy song? Or like my mom really enjoys like the shows, like The Voice and all that stuff. And sometimes I'll get these texts from her, like these like melancholy texts, like you have such a great voice, you know.
Why can't
Why can't you write like a pop song that people love? You know, that's like like she doesn't say it that way, but I know that she means it like that way. And sometimes, but it's just like I don't think I would be doing this if it wasn't like cathartic in that way, and just like it feels like I don't have another tool, and it's a good one.
Oh. It's nice. And you guys have an album, an upcoming album that releases in February, I believe. Is it a live album?
I have a live record coming out.
That's so cool.
It's good to know that it's February. I forgot. Someone asked me at the show last night, and I couldn't remember. But yeah, February.
Is that the one with 1519 on it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Anna just put out a new record in August called Animal Poem. That's phenomenal. It's amazing.
just past August?
Yep.
Wow. You guys are prolific for sure. What prompted the idea of releasing a live album.
It's something I've been chasing for a few years now. There's like something that, you know, happens at a live show that just can't be captured because it's so ephemeral. It's just every night is different. The crowd is different. The sound is different. I'm different. And I really wanted to just like capture a show beginning to end with no edits and no like, you know, oftentimes live albums are made over the span of like multiple shows and then stitched together, the best takes, whatever, and that's fine. I totally get it, but I really wanted to like just hit record and play a show and capture this like one night, and I tried it 3 or 4 times over the last few years and finally got one that I liked enough to put out into the world. And yeah, it just feels good to have like, it's just like in my mind I think of it like a very simple record. It's just like a record in the sense of like I was here on this night on this date with these people and that's it. And yeah,
So good.
Yeah, a time capsule of having captured the magic, you know.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's really neat. And so that this upcoming record on February 20th is one night from start to finish.
Yeah. With our friend Sam Weber, who's a phenomenal guitar player and songwriter also. He played guitar with me that night. It was a lot of fun. It was really good.
Well, with that, would you guys like to do another song?
Yeah. Do you want to sing Paper Crown with
Yeah.
me?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
There's a song called Paper Crown that's kind of about all these things that we give more power to than they deserve, like money and the rat race of things. Wake up to the rain in the morning. Wake up from your gold dust dreaming. Stone heavy in your mind. Everything moves in the wind now. Any day everyone is gonna find out that you can't hold the line. It's okay. Everybody feels the same way. Everybody's too afraid to say what they haven't found. And all the answers of the modern age, they're like skipping to the last page. Read the story and lose the race. It's just a paper crown. It's just a paper crown. Get up and go to work in the darkness. Come home and try to hold on to something. It's a wheel that goes around. Strike a pose and smile for the people. Take a picture, make it look so simple. There's a fire underground. Oh, it's okay. Everybody feels the same way. Everybody's too afraid to say what they haven't found. And all the answers of the modern age, they're like skipping to the last page. Read the story and lose the race. It's just a paper crown. The sun come kissing through my window. I'm at the edges of my dreaming. There's a golden moment but I can never keep it. And it's a quiet kind of singing. It is moving without moving. I am not worried about where I'm going. Oh, it's okay. Everybody feels the same way. Everybody's too afraid to say what they haven't found. And all the answers of the modern age, they're skipping to the last page. Read the story and lose the race. It's just a paper crown. Yeah. It's just a paper crown.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you, guys.
God, that was
What a
lovely.
treat.
So great.
We just got blessed.
As did we.
Can't thank you guys enough for coming
Very
out.
nice to climb out of rock club bar world.
I
Something
did go last
that-
night.
Yeah.
It was so
It was
good
really
last
fun,
night.
yeah.
What is that? What is that